Another thing we need to understand and change is that sometimes people don't want what you want. Do you guys always get your own way? I didn't hear that. Do you always get your own way? I didn't hear that comment. There's 3 levels of pushing back or resistance. The first one is, I don't understand. Can you explain it to me another way? And in succession and transition planning, this would be things like, do you know what an estate freeze is? And in grazing cattle, it would be, do you understand what swath grazing is? If it's something that they've never done before, you have to explain it to somebody. Pardon, Henrik? You hardly know. Okay, Henrik wants someone to explain to him what swath grazing is. The second pushback of resistance is if I'm having an emotional gut reaction to this. It doesn't feel good. I don't like it. And quite often people will say, I'm not doing that. And you say, well, why? Well, because it doesn't feel right. And then the third level of resistance is what I mentioned before from a major dysfunction of the team. And it's the basic foundational level. And it would be trust. Grant, you're a really good guy, but I don't know if I can trust you. Okay? I can trust Grant. He kept me awake for 3 hours last winter driving back to the airport in Winnipeg. So I know Grant. I can trust him. So when you're trying to make decisions on your ranch and you're trying to get things to change, think about why the other people on your team might not want what you want. And it might be because they don't understand where you're going because you're not communicating clearly. It might be an emotional thing. This land has been owned by my grandfather for 100 years and you're not going to change that. Well, in my business plan, we don't have to own everything. And then the third level is, what happens, son, if I give you this and it becomes your ownership and then in 5 years from now you screw up and you lose it? And a lot of founding fathers have that fear that the next generation won't be able to keep it together like they have.